begins the day we choose a father. Parenting begins when we choose a mother to our children. I have gone a little bit further. Parenting begins when I say, this is the man I will marry. Because at that point, I have chosen their father. Parenting begins when I choose the woman I will marry. Because at that point, I have chosen a mother to my children. Of course, it goes all the way and begins now in the kind of marriage we will begin together. Then we come to pregnancy. The state we are in during pregnancy matters a lot in, of course, the mental status of the baby in the stomach. Children are able to sense a distressed mother. Children are able to sense an environment when the parents are not happy. And of course, when the child is born, you realize immediately a child is born, we start breastfeeding. So during breastfeeding, there is this information we give to the child that either you are needed or you are not needed. So depending on how we relate with our children at that point, they are able to sense whether they are loved or not. Now, during breastfeeding remember, this child is not able to hear you. They don't know how to talk at that point. So the only way to communicate is eye contact, touch, words that we will be speaking to them, and they are able to notice if we are present or not. I don't know whether you've ever been breastfeeding and you are concentrating on something else, and the child bites your nipple because you are not concentrating. And immediately you go back and you're looking at them, they settle down. That is around a baby of around 1 year. Now, that physical, one physical touch, observation, eye contact, it gives connection to the child. The child is able to know I am loved, I am accepted. I also mentioned that at that age, of course, the caregivers, I know at this age, we have a lot of maybe house helps coming to take care of the child. It is advised, if you can, to at least have 1 or 2 caregivers up to the age of 1 year. Sometimes it is not possible, but it is important, because when you have so many caregivers, the child is not able to really know who am I supposed to trust? Among all these people who have come, who is this that I am supposed to trust? Now, in case you have a crisis and you have to have the many caregivers, please make sure that you are totally present, that this child does not know the caregivers more than they know you. I know there is a challenge where many parents lose out a lot on this aspect of love language. You don't feed your child all the time. You give the house help to feed. That is missing out, because remember, from morning to evening, this child was with the house help. You also come in the evening and it is the house help feeding the child. What happens is that they will connect with the house help more than they have connected with you, because this is the one they see as their primary caregiver. If you can, if you're not home and that your child is staying with the caregiver the whole day, please make sure you're the one bathing the child, because it is during that cuddling and washing and you are playing in the water, that is a moment of connecting. Make sure at least every time the child is being dressed, when you are in the house, you are the one doing it. Because these are the only moments now you have of offering the touch, of offering the affirmation, of offering the physical, that eye contact. Because the rest was being offered by the house help, who they stayed with the whole day. So I think that is very important. And one of the consequences, of course, of a child that has been cared for by so many people is that they overtrust people. They're not able to know who am I supposed, even when they become adults, they don't know how to trust, because it's like they overtrust people because they were exposed to so many people when they were younger. Yeah, so I don't know whether that answers your question, Douglas.
Yes, that's okay. It's answered my question. I hope all of us have been able to maybe get from that. There's someone who is asking, there are times you speak to a child and they remain mute for some times or choose not to speak at all. How can this be explained? How can this be explained? Maybe let me tie it with another one.